So we all know by now that consistency is key. Your abs are not going to pop after hitting the gym once, and you're not going to have magically more clear skin after doing your skincare for like a week, or you're also not going to get growing audience and revenue by just posting whenever you feel like it. So the real question remains how to actually stay consistent. In order to answer that question, we have to first ask ourselves what stops us from being consistent. Reason number one could be not seeing immediate results. For example, when you start a new habit and you stick with it for like a week but you don't see any changes, it might feel like your efforts are going to be wasted. But the truth is that your progress is built slowly and it is invisible at first, but eventually it all pops out. So what you should do is to focus on the habit and not the results. Forget about the abs, forget about the followers, just focus on showing up every day. Success is the side effect and the result of showing up every day. Reason number two could be laziness, because let's face it, we all enjoy comfort. Nobody likes to sweat. It's just easier to scroll. But laziness isn't actually a personality flaw, it's just a lack of system. Because if something seems too big or unclear to your brain does everything to avoid it. So what you can do is to start very small. Like make the habit so easy and so tiny that you just can't say no. Like 5 push-ups or 1 page or just 10 minutes of anything. It's these small wins that build up and make confidence and momentum. Reason number 3 can be procrastination. When you say that I'll start tomorrow and then tomorrow becomes next week and so on. So this happens when the task at hand is overwhelming or you have a fear of failure. But the truth is that avoiding it altogether is not going to make it any less scary or any easier. It's just going to make everything worse. So what you can do is to track every time you show up using a calendar, an app, a journal, anything. Just seeing this tiny action of showing up and marking it becomes addictive over time in a good way. Reason number 4 could be waiting for motivation. Motivation is great when it's there, but it's not that reliable. You can't build your goals based on feelings that might disappear any minute. So what you can do is to identify your goals. Like, don't just say I want to write. Say that I'm a writer, and become the kind of disciplined person that shows up no matter what. And reason number 5 could be perfectionism, when you miss one day and then you feel like you failed completely. So instead of continuing, you just quit completely. But you need to remember that missing one day does not break consistency, but quitting does. So what you need to do is to normalize failure, because you're gonna mess up no matter what, because that's just life. But instead of starting over next month, you could just start over right now. Success doesn't require perfection. It just requires showing up more than you skip. You don't need to be extreme, you just have to be consistent.